Can you mute your mics, please? Right. We will start off with our reading test. I'm sorry about the delay. I could not send you right on time, but there was some material which you had to copy and some were actually to be printed out, and I hope you have printed them out. We will start off with our class test. Now, today is the fourth lesson. So as it progresses, students, I have put some difficult tests, right? Reading and listening. So let me show you what our class test is for now. The reading test, we're starting with the reading test now. Let me get it on the screen. This is the reading test we will do. The classwork, okay? Right. Academy students, now please get ready with the homework also, because in 1 hour's time we will first correct the homework and then this test, right? Okay, the academic test is this classwork which was to be printed out. Let me get it on the screen. It is called, can you see the screen, student? This is the academic reading class test. Is that all right? Can I have some feedback, please? This is the academic reading class test which we have to do now, right? I have said please print. Don't. Okay, is it there? Is that the one? Okay. Okay, thank you, Owen. Now we will go to the general reading class test. Okay, general one. The general one is this. Okay. This is the general reading class test. Did you see the general one? Is that the one? The class test which we had to do today, fourth lesson. Class material. Did you print it out? May I have some feedback, please? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Trevor. Now the time is, we'll take the time as 2 minutes past 5. I think it's 2 minutes past 4, 5. So 1 hour, sit down with a water bottle. You can't go here and there. All right. Okay. So the end time is 3 minutes past 5. Okay. The class reading test. There are 27 people in the class. Can you start now? Okay, all the 27 people who are in the class, can you send me an okay? The okay means you are starting. Okay, just send me a message okay and let's start. Okay, start. Right. Yes, Saranraj, what is your problem? Saranraj? Saranraj, any problem?
Sorry, ma'am, no problem.
Okay, Chamara, you can start now. Some people have already started this. now reading test, okay? Ishadi, did you get it, Ishadi?
No, ma'am.
Yes, we started off with the reading test. If you're doing academic, the test is called absenteeism. If you're doing general, it's general training reading. All right? What are you doing, Ishadi?
Academic, madam.
Then absenteeism. I have sent a mail telling take printouts. Check it, check it. Absenteeism.
One month and travel.
Are you ready, students? Are you ready? Everyone ready? Okay, now stop. And I like to start off with the homework. Okay, we will start off with the reading homework. I'll show you the homework. Let's go to the homework. The academic reading paper for homework was this. Can you please take it out? Academic reading paper. Am I right? Can I have some message, please? Or feedback? Is this the paper for homework, students? Is this the one? Yes, okay. Then general reading homework. This is the paper, general. I'll share the screen now. Please take them out. Test A. This is a general one. Okay, please stop your work. You have taken 1 hour. If you do it, even if you get right, that's not your true mark. Please stop your work. Right? This is the paper. Am I right, students? General homework. Class B. Is this a paper? Okay. All right. Right. Let's start. I'll start off with academic reading homework, water on tap, right? So 1 mark for each question. If you have not done your homework, best thing is to write down the answers in a piece of paper, not in the test paper. If you write in the test paper, you will have trouble. And what is the trouble? Because that won't be your mark, then you won't be able to do it. Answers. Water on tap is the test, and the answers are coming on my screen now. Okay, homework answers, right? Are you correcting? Are you correcting? Can I have some feedback? Okay. Please correct. Brackets are not important. Huh? So now here two answers. Crops, domestic purposes. If you don't have both, no mark. Now here Roman number 6, Roman number 3, Roman numbers. And this one, did you see the S is important? No S, no marks. 24, 25, 26, these three answers can be in any order. Order not important. All right, after correcting, I need the mark out of 40. Can I have the mark out of 40? Academic people, put A and N. May I have your scores, please? Can I have the marks, please? May I have the marks?
Ma'am, can you show me the 13 to 22 answers?
Yeah. Can see now? Okay. Right, marks, please. Okay, right. Marks. Can I have the marks? Okay, marks please. Okay. Thank you. Right now, yes, Niru, did you ask something? Niru? Now let's go to general. Okay. General answers. Are you ready? Test A. Thank you. Test A, general. Thank you, Ivanta. Right. I'm sharing the general ones. Can you see the screen now, general students? Do you see the screen? Can you? General students, can you see the screen now? Okay, correct it please. Now 14, there are 5 answers. Don't write all 5 or combine anything, just write one. The question paper says 1. Can I have the marks, please? Marks, please. May I have the marks? Okay, students. Yes, Niru, what is the problem? Can you see now, Niru? Okay, send me the mark. Huh? Okay, right. Now I'm going to classwork. Okay, homework done then. Thank you, Pasindu. Send me the marks. Right. Okay, now we will go to our classwork. Keep on sending me the marks, huh? Classwork. So, academy people, your classwork was absenteeism. That was a test, na? Absenteeism. Actually, that's a past paper, right? Okay. Let's see the answers for that. Now, academic classwork. Reading. Let me share the screen. Can you see the screen now? Wait. Academic reading classwork. Absenteeism is the paper. Wait, let me share the screen now. Right. Can you see now? Huh? Now see this answer, there are 5 answers. You can write schedule, working schedule, work schedule, rostering, roster, rosters. Are you correcting students? Academy students, classwork? Here, either voluntary absence or absenteeism. Okay, send me the mark. Okay, send me the mark. Thank you, Shalini, Vasfi, Janet. Other people send the marks. If you want to clarify, you ask me now. $38. B for bat. $39. D for dog. $40. E. BDE. Okay, Ivanta, do you see that, Ivanta? Right. Now let's go to general. General paper. Ready for general? Okay, thank you. General now, classwork. Okay, are you ready, students? Now we're doing past papers. I'll share the screen now. Okay, thank you. General. Can you see my screen now? General students, can you see my screen now? General students, can you see the screen now? Correct your work. As you can see the true false, these papers are not balanced. You see a lot of true false. Okay, marks please. Can I have the marks? May I have the marks please? Okay, thank you, Vinod. Marks. And also, a few people have not sent their writing homework. For all those who sent me a mail, I have replied. right? So if you have not got reply or if you have not sent, can you send your essays and task ones now, please? Homework. General students, you have a letter for homework, and academy students, you have an essay and task one for homework. Writing. Can you please email me? Some people have not emailed me the homework. I'll write the email again. vl.norikoj@icbtcampus.edu.lk. All right. Okay, students. Right. Send me the marks. Now, we are going to do our listening tests. Okay. The class test. Thank you, Trevor. The class test. We'll do the class test. Right. Then after we do the class test, we'll correct that test and we'll correct the homework as well. Listening homework. So I sent a listening homework also. So this is our class test. Right. Can you see this test? This is your listening test. Wait, thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Vinod. Listening classwork. Okay. Have you got it printed? Take it out. Can you see my screen? Take it out, wear your headphones. Don't read. I have to start. Okay. Is that the paper? Can somebody send me a message? You're listening classwork. Is that the paper? Yes. Thank you, Owen. Please take it out now, students. Okay, okay. We are doing it now, and after we correct it, we'll correct the homework listening as well. Right. Wear your headphones. Okay, thank you. Wear your headphones, please. I'm just testing my audio. I'll give you a signal and then we will start. Okay? Don't start it. One moment, please. Okay, wear your headphones now. I'm starting. Okay, start.
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a woman and the reservations clerk at a conference centre. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
Can you hear?
You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Conference Centre reservations. Good morning.
Hi, I'm interested in the computing conference next month.
Future directions in computing?
Yes, that's right.
The title of the course is Future Directions in Computing, so Future Directions has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Conference Centre reservations. Good morning.
Hi, I'm interested in the computing conference next month.
Future directions in computing?
Yes, that's right. Could I ask you a few questions about it?
Of course.
Okay. I know the conference is for 3 days, but actually I want to attend on the Friday and Saturday only. Will that work out to be any cheaper?
Let me have a look. Well, you could register for the 2 days separately, But that wouldn't actually save you very much, as it still costs £35 for each day. In fact, if you could register for the 3 days, you also get an invitation to a free dinner on the Saturday night. So that's probably the better option.
Right, I'll do that. How much will the fees be in that case?
It's £75.
All right. I'd like to register for the full 3 days. Now, can I pay that by credit card?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to send a cheque to us. Or you can pay at the conference office.
Fine. So it's probably easiest if I pay by check. Now then, what else do I need to arrange? Right. How about accommodation? I guess that's not included in the price.
No, I'm sorry, it's not. But we do have a few rooms available for delegates at the conference centre if you'd like. Those are very cheap, but if you're interested, you'll need to book soon because there's always a heavy demand for them. They are only £15 per night, but they are very basic, and you'd have to get your own breakfast because they don't provide you with that. But it's very convenient because it's in the same building as the conference rooms.
Uh-huh.
Or there's a very reasonable guest house, which is £25 per night, and I think that includes your breakfast.
Is it close to the conference center?
It would be about a 10-minute walk away from here.
I see. That sounds quite reasonable.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
The details are all in our conference pack, which I'll send you.
Great, thanks. That'll be very useful. Oh, and can you also send me an application form?
Of course. I'll get that in the post to you straight away. Is there anything else?
Yes, actually. Can you tell me where exactly the conference center is?
Well, it's on South Park Road, and it's right at the end of the road next to the library. It's a 10-minute taxi ride from the station and will cost you £5. Otherwise, you can take the bus, which runs every half an hour from the station. That's the 21A, and it brings you straight to the conference centre.
Right, got that.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2. Section 2. You will hear an introductory talk to a group of temporary workers at an international travel exhibition. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 13. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 13.
Good morning and welcome everybody. I'm Jenny Stewart and I'm the staff manager here at the Exhibition Centre. We're expecting this year's International Travel Exhibition to attract over 10,000 visitors a day, ladies and gentlemen, and you are among the 200 extra staff recruited to help look after them. Now, to help things run smoothly, we have divided you into 4 teams: the blue team, the green team, the red team and the yellow team. So first, I'll explain how the teams are divided up, and then we'll be giving you colour-coded T-shirts so we can identify you more easily. First of all, those who will be looking after the phones and handling all calls regarding the exhibition, you will be on the red team. Now, we've also put the entrance staff on the red team, and you'll be stamping the entrance tickets and giving out publicity leaflets, okay? Those of you involved in distributing entrance tickets will be on the yellow team, and we've also put those of you who'll be staffing the information booths around the conference centre on the yellow team, so you'll be getting a yellow T-shirt. Now, most of the hospitality staff have been put in the blue team, so the chefs among you and the kitchen hands will all need a blue T-shirt, but because of the sheer numbers, all waiting staff will be on the yellow team, and this includes the bar staff among you. Those who will be monitoring and directing the traffic in the car parks are on the green team, so you'll need to get a green T-shirt. This year, we've also employed a considerable number of attendants to direct the human traffic around the conference centre. Now, you'll be working in the exhibition hall at all times, giving directions and generally helping people whenever you can. And you will be in the red team, so please collect a red T-shirt.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 14 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 14 to 20.
Right. Now that everyone knows what team they're in, we'll get on with the orientation and training program. And first, I'll run through the rest of today's program, which you should have in front of you so that you can get a general idea of what else is in store today. This introduction finishes at 9:30, and then you'll be hearing from Anne Smith. Anne works in the accounts department on level 2, and she looks after all temporary staff, and so she is the person to see if you have any problems regarding pay. Anne will be explaining when and how you get this. She will also be handing out your tax forms, and I will just stress that all tax forms must be completed and returned to Anne before your pay can be processed. Following Anne's talk, you'll hear from Peter Chen, our conference manager, and he will be going over a plan of the conference centre with you, which will help you to orient yourselves. He will also go through the security arrangements with you and show you the fire exits. Then at 10:30, there will be a coffee break in the staff canteen, which is located down on the ground floor. Now, after the break, we'll be moving to a different location for a video presentation, so instead of coming back here, we'd like you all to go to Lecture Room 311. You'll find it on this same level, just down the hall, and there you will be shown a video about important safety issues in the workplace called Safety at Work. We'll finish off the morning with lunch, which should give everyone a chance to meet and get to know each other, and we'll be serving you a buffet lunch in the main hall, which is on the first floor from 12 o'clock. After lunch, you'll be divided up into your teams to meet your team leaders, and we're hoping to be all finished by 3, so I won't delay you any longer, and I'll hand over.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear a conversation between a librarian and an education student. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 27. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 27.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Good afternoon. Yes, I've just transferred to the School of Education, and I'd like information about joining the library.
Well, the School of Education has libraries on 2 sites, as I'm sure you know. This one here is the Fordham site, and the other is on Castle Road.
And is there any difference between the 2 libraries?
Not in terms of their facilities. Access to online databases and the internet is available at both sites, and each site has a range of reference materials on education.
Oh, yes, I see.
But the Castle Road site has books on the sociology of education and a collection of textbooks and teaching resources covering most of the subjects taught in secondary schools.
Ah, right. But I'm training to be a primary teacher, so I need to look at materials for the 5 to 11 age group.
Then you've come to the right place. At Fordham, we hold material relating to primary education, as well as special needs. But, of course, you'll need to familiarise yourself with both sites to make the most of our resources.
You haven't mentioned periodicals. Are they held at both sites?
Current issues, yes, but if you want to look at back issues, you'll need to use the CD-ROM databases, which are held here at Fordham.
I see. Now, about borrowing books, I'm living out of town, so I'm hoping I can borrow quite a few items and cut down on the number of trips I have to make.
Right, well, members can borrow 2 books at a time from each site.
Only 2 books?
Only 2 from each site, but that's 4 altogether.
Oh, I see. And how long can I hang on to them for?
The borrowing period is 1 month, but of course books can be renewed. You can renew any item a maximum of 3 times.
Do I have to come to the library to do that?
No, you can do it by telephone or email, but you can't renew overdue books this way, only before or on the due date stamped in the book. We'll need your full name, your borrower number, and the name of the site library you borrowed the items from.
So, theoretically, I can borrow books for up to 3 months. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, provided they're not recalled.
So, what happens then?
Well, sometimes an item is requested by another borrower, in which case we'd send you a letter, and you'd have to return the book within 7 working days. Don't forget, we're closed on Sundays.
Okay.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 28 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 28 to 30.
I expect it'll take me a while to find what I need. There's such a lot here.
Yes, there is. But if you need help getting started, this term we're running 3 study skills workshops.
Oh? What are they on?
Let me see. The first one's on resources. Yes, here it is. How to use the library's resources. That includes everything, not just the print and technical resources.
That sounds useful. Is there anything on using the internet?
Let's see. The one on the internet for beginners was last term. This term, it's finding research materials online.
That sounds interesting, too. What's the last one?
It's a workshop on dissertations.
What do you mean? How to write one?
No, it's more to do with academic writing conventions. You know, writing a bibliography and how to refer to sources in your text, that sort of thing. Anyway, here's a leaflet with information about all three.
Oh, thanks a lot. That'll be very useful.
You're welcome.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4. Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture given by a conservationist on the subject of lions. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Well, most people think that lions only come from Africa. And you would be forgiven for thinking this because, in fact, most lions do come from Africa. But this hasn't always been the case. If we go back 10,000 years, we would find that there were lions roaming vast sections of the globe. But now, unfortunately, only very small sections of the lion's former habitat remain. My particular interest is Asiatic lions, which are a subspecies of African lions. It's almost 100,000 years since the Asiatic lion split off and developed as a subspecies. At one time, the Asiatic lion was living as far west as Greece, and they were found from there in a band that spread east through various countries of the Middle East, all the way to India. In museums, you can now see Greek coins that have clear images of the Asiatic lion on them. Most of them are dated at around 500 BC. However, Europe saw its last Asiatic lion roaming free 2,000 years ago. Over the next 1900 years, the numbers of Asiatic lions in the other areas declined steadily. But it was only in the 19th century that they disappeared from everywhere but India. So, how can you tell an Asiatic lion from an African lion, with which you're probably more familiar? Well, in general, Asiatic lions are not as big as African lions. The colour is more or less the same, but the appearance of the mane is different. That's the hair around the lion's face and neck. The Asiatic lion's mane is noticeably shorter than the African lion's. Asiatic lions also have a long fold of skin on their undersides, whereas not many African lions have this. Well, I'd like to talk to you now about the Gerst sanctuary in India. That's where I've just come back from. The sanctuary was established specifically to protect the Asiatic lion. It's 1,450 square kilometers in area, and most of it is forest. There are now around 300 Asiatic lions in India, and almost all of them are in this sanctuary. But despite living in a sanctuary, which makes them safe from hunters, they still face a number of problems that threaten their survival. One of these is the ever-present danger of disease. This is what killed more than a third of Africa's Serengeti lions in 1994, and people are fearful that something similar could happen in the Gerst sanctuary and kill off many of the Asiatic lions there. India's lions are particularly vulnerable because they have a limited gene pool. The reason for this is interesting. It's because all of them are descended from a few dozen lions that were saved by a prince who took a particular interest in them. He was very wealthy, and he managed to protect them. Otherwise, they'd probably have died out completely. When you see the Asiatic lion in India, what you sense is enormous vitality. They're very impressive beasts, and you would never guess that they had this vulnerability when you look at them. The Asiatic lions don't have the Gerst sanctuary to themselves, I should add. They actually share it with about 2,000 farmers. A significant proportion of the lion's diet is made up of the livestock of these farmers, goats, chickens, and so on, as much as a third, in fact. And they've even been known to attack humans, especially in times of drought. One final piece of interesting information. In ancient India, one of the greatest tests of leadership for a man was to fight a lion. Now, it seems, in modern India, it will be a great test to see if the lion can be saved. I'm sure this is something that all of you will share concern for too.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the listening answer sheet.
Okay. Right, are you ready for the answers? Hiru, your hand is up. Is there a problem? Right. Please, we'll correct this first and then we go to the homework, right? Right. One moment. Let me share the screen. Can you see? Can you see the screen, students? Correct, please. Here 11, 12, 13, DAC. Students, here 31 to 34 are B, A, B, C. B, A, B, C. 34 is missing. C.
Miss, what are the answers again for 31 to 34?
B, A, B, 34, C. Can you send mark? Can I have the marks, please? Marks, please. Can I have the marks, please?
Ma'am, if you don't mind, could you please show me the answers from 3 to 10?
Yeah, sure. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
May I have the marks? Okay, marks please. Okay, marks please. Marks, thank you. Listening. Now homework. Homework. Let's go to the homework. This is the test for homework listening. I hope you've done it. Let me share the screen. Is that the paper? Okay. Answers. Everyone, listening homework. Okay. Right. Sharing the screen now. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Can you see? 14 boat or sailing boat? Music or Greek music? Now here 7, A and B. If you don't have one, wrong. You have to have both. 23 English for farming. Okay, English for farming. Pulling the weight, I'll show you 8 and 9. Former students, old students, or previous students. Word of mouth is wrong. The question is who? Pulindu 8395. Marks, please. 37 answer. A. Answer A. Okay, marks, please. Everyone send me the listening mark. Okay. Students, any problem? Can I have the marks, please? Thank you, Bojda. Please send me marks. Azim, congratulations, you got full marks. Right, okay. Then students, shall we take a break now? Right, so we don't send recording in the sense what the listening test. It has been sent by the, shall I say, show you the mail, right? This is the recording, the mail. Let me show you the mail. So you cannot say you did not receive. This is the mail because she copies it to me, right? Okay. Gayatri, if you got the mail, then maybe you had a downloading problem. Gayatri, Niru, look. Here, do you see? This is the audio part. Do you see? Listening test, reading homework, academic, reading homework, general. This is the audio part. Didn't you download it? I compressed and sent it. So some problem with your mail then. If you got the others, then you have to get this because it's all sent together. All right. Okay. So Purnima, I just showed you the evidence. The mail has gone, and how can a mail go without it? Because I sent everything together. Do you see Purnima? Here, this is the mail which I sent you, and she copies it to me back. Right? So it has the test here. Here, this is the audio recording. All right. Okay, I think I have answered that question. So when you don't receive audio for the listening, you should inquire from the coordinator. You see that? This is the same mail. She copies me. I don't know how she has missed that part. All right. If you don't get audio for listening, you have to ask her. Send me a mail. I will re-forward this mail. Might take time for her to send. Okay. Right. Now we take a break. Then we'll be back at 4:45. Okay, for all your essay, task 1, and right, okay, correction of. Please send me all the homeworks. There are several people who have not sent their essays last week's homework, letter, general people, and graph. Please send me now. Shahara says for some users it has gone as a very small icon. Even for Shahara, it was very difficult to find out. So it must be somewhere in your mail. Okay. Okay, please send me writing homework. I'm waiting. Take a break. Shalini, the homework had been sent by the coordinator. Take the mail. Lesson 3 homework. Read the mail. The mail has homework. Okay? Okay, I'm now checking my mail. There are a few people who have not sent their homework. Where is your writing homework? Now you know your level of reading. You know your level of listening. Do you know the level of writing? Are you going to wait for the exam to write? Okay. I'm checking my. Thank you, Ishadi. You have sent. Manu has sent. Two people have sent now. Pojita. Oh, that was last week. Okay. Right. You still have time. You can send all your homework, right? But then you'll have a lot of homework. Somebody was absent and was asking about homework. I'll mention it, right? Okay, let's go to writing task 2. Are you ready? Whether it's academy or general, task 2 is the same. Okay, shall we do a question now? Now, last week we started off essay writing, and I said broadly they could be divided into two, type 1 and type 2. Right, type 1 is all about what are the advantages and disadvantages, why, how, what, where, what are the problems, what are the solutions. All right. Now today we'll go to the most popular one, type 2. This is opinion essays. Opinion essay. Opinion essays. Opinion essays. Okay. Now these questions are like this. They will ask, smoking should be banned. Some people say it should not be banned. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. Or they will say, to what extent? We have written it last time. Do you agree or opinion again? Or what's your opinion about this? Straightforward. You should know how the questions are worded. Or they will ask you, do you think it's good or bad? Do you think it's positive or negative? Do you think the advantages would outweigh the disadvantages? And finally, discuss both sides of this argument and give your opinion. Okay. Now, today we will talk about the first 4. Now, students, I have to tell you there are many ways of writing essays, but I want to teach you now. Structure is in your head now. IELTS essay is a short essay, right? Introduction is a must, conclusion is a must. In the middle, you only have to have 2 or 3 body paragraphs. They have said go up to 4, but teacher said write 2 or 3 and get your 250. And each paragraph should have at least 5 sentences. Every paragraph should have the point, the topic, sentence, and the supporting details, right? So this is the same for everything. Now, when they ask, do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Or what's your opinion? Or do you think it's good or bad? These first 4 essays, can you put a square bracket to the first 4 essays and write all these 4 essays can be written in one way. Can be written in one way. Okay. Can you write it down? There are many ways to write, but you can write it in one way if these questions come. The 5th one I'll discuss next week, right? When they ask, do you agree or disagree, or to what extent do you agree or disagree, or what's your opinion, or do you think it's good or bad, the easiest way, student, is to take a side, either strongly agree or strongly disagree. If they say, do you agree or disagree, you say you strongly agree or strongly disagree. If they say, to what extent do you agree or disagree, you say, I strongly agree to this, I strongly disagree to this. What's your opinion about this? I totally agree, I totally disagree. Do you think it's good or bad? I think it's very good. I think it's very bad. I think it's very good, very positive or negative. I think there are lots of advantages. I think there are lots of disadvantages. You see that? Taking a side, it's easy to argue. Otherwise, you will have to learn 4 structures. Do you like to learn 4 structures or learn one way to write this whole thing? Having the same structure. Hello, are you there? I can't understand what you're telling, Pojita, right? If I were you, if there were 4 structures, I'm very sorry, I'm not going to teach you 4 structures. My experience says, right? Because I've been teaching this for the last. When you learn 4 structures, you won't even learn anything. Let us learn one thing to write all 4 essays. You understand that? We should not waste time. That's right. One structure. The structure is Pojda. Either totally agree or disagree. All right. Now, please take a question down. Take a question down. New paper. Imagine it's a test paper. You know the rough work should be done in the test paper for 10 minutes. Okay. Write these questions, words down. Everyone, task 2 is the same. 40 minutes. On top of the page, write this. Type with the question. You see the question? Need to write because we have to do the rough work. Right. New technologies and ways of buying and selling are transforming the lives of consumers. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? New technologies and ways of buying and selling have transformed the lives of consumers. To what extent? Now write the question now, everyone. Okay, write the question here. Now we're going to analyze that. I told you in IELTS 10 to analyze and plan, test paper. They throw the test paper in a dustbin. They only look at the answer sheet. 25 minutes to write and 5 to check. I have sent you the answer sheets. Do you have answer sheets now? I told you to print out. Okay, right. Let's analyze now. Can you read and underline all the important keywords? Underline all the important keywords. New technologies underline, ways of buying and selling, transforming lives consumers. Next line, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? So as you can see, what's your opinion? Do you agree or disagree? To what extent? Do you think it's good or bad? Easy ways to take a side. All right, easy ways to take a side. So step 1, now you have written the question here, you have underlined the keywords here. Now the analysis, we learned it last week. Step 1, you have to write down the general subject of the question. Broadly, what is it about? It's in the first 1.5 lines. Can anyone tell me what is the broad area of this question? What is the broad area? Tell me, what is the broad area? What is the broad area? No, my God, Owen, then are you going to write a 500-word essay? Huh? New technologies and ways of buying and selling have transformed the lives of consumers. What is the broad area? It's all about online shopping and the effects of online shopping. E-commerce. Did you see that? You're thinking too broad. We're not writing a 500-word essay. Got it, Owen? So step 1, the general subject, broadly it's about online shopping and the effects of it. Right? Now that's too broad. Step 2, you were there in my class last time. You had to find out the real focus, the real direction. When they ask an opinion essay, your real direction is your personal opinion. These 4 questions are asked. Personal opinion is your focus. You're focusing on that, right? Either you totally agree. I told you can take 50-50, but it's very difficult to argue. If you're really good at writing argumentative things, take it. Otherwise, strongly taking a side, it's easy to think about your English and manipulate the whole thing, right? Totally agree or totally disagree. If you want, take 50-50. I don't advise, right? Okay. No, I agree. It has changed people's life. Then reason. I don't think so. Reason. So if you agree, brainstorm the reasons. You have 10 minutes like this. You see them? Brainstorm and take 2 or 3 reasons in the body. You have only 2 or 3 now. If somebody says, no, I disagree, then put the other side. Brainstorm the reasons. Okay, right. Take 2 or 3. Take one side. Got it? Right. Now, take a new page. The structure. Some people have forgotten structure of IELTS essay. What is the structure now? Same structure. I'll give you a note. Opinion, questions, introduction. IELTS introduction is short. Do you remember? Huh? Yes. How do we start? We start with a general talk. Today, something about new technologies and ways of buying and selling. How many sentences? 1 or 2 sentences. And you end up by telling your focus. That is in this essay, your personal opinion about the statement. Okay, right. Got it? Did you know? Did you understand how to write the introduction? Did you understand how to write the introduction now? You say something general about new technologies and then say, however, I personally feel that technology have not changed people's life. However, therefore, I totally believe that technologies and ways of buying and selling have definitely transformed people's lives. Okay. Did you understand how to write the introduction? Yes or no? Very silent. Introduction done. I've given you a note. I've typed it in the chat. Did you take it down? I don't know whether I'm just talking. Right, okay. Body, paragraph 1. You have brainstormed a lot of bullet points. This take 1, the most important one, reason 1. The most significant reason is have your 5 or 6 sentences. Now, people who wrote essays and sent me, some people have 2-3 lines in their body paragraphs, which is wrong. You have to have 5 minimum sentences with a topic sentence. Paragraph 2, take another reason and write reason 2. Okay. Another significant reason why it has changed people's life with this. Furthermore, this. Have your 5 or 6 sentences. Minimum 2 paragraphs are important for an IELTS essay. Alright, minimum 2. If you want a 3, put. But then if you have to have 5 or 6 sentences. Write the point, you have to have 5 or 6. If you don't want 3, don't write it. Then how do you write the conclusion? You know the shortcut, I told you. How do you write the conclusion IELTS? Whatever you have said in the introduction, you change the words and write it again. So you have said new technologies are there, this is what is happening, and I definitely think it has changed people's life, or I don't think it has changed people's life even though they're there. You give your opinion strongly. Same thing in the introduction in different words. How many sentences? I have given a note on these sentences and all that last week. Minimum 2 sentences and maximum 4 sentences in the conclusion. Got it? Okay. Tell me what is the method here? When you take a side, in the introduction you give your opinion. Reason 1 explain, reason 2 explain. If you have a 3, put, otherwise forget it and give your opinion strongly. There's another way to write this same thing. I will teach you that. Right? Now this way is you strongly argue reason 1, reason 2. If you have a 3 and give strong. Other ways you do the same rough work. Let's say you agree. You say you agree in the introduction. Reason 1, reason 2. In the third body paragraph, you put all the opposing points. On the other hand, some people have told a story like this. Show the opposite side in the third para. But in the conclusion, tell my 2 points I gave outweighs the opposite side, so I like this side. You see that? So there are 2 ways of writing this. One way is you give your view, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, give your view strongly. Or you give your view, reason 1, reason 2, give the opposite side and tell in the conclusion my 2 points outweigh the opposite side. If you give the opposite side, so then you have to write a very strong conclusion telling why your 2 points outweigh it. So if you can manipulate language, can, otherwise forget giving the opposite side. Okay. Did you understand that? Yes or no? I will show you good essays. I'm going to show you. Alright? I'm going to show you. Alright? I will show you. Right. Now we are going to write. I don't trust your homework. Anyway, some people don't do their homework. This is the only class. Now I've been doing for the last 1.5 years. I've been online and my mail is full of homework. This is the only class, right, which did not send me any writing homework. I only got homework from 5 people, and this class, very disappointing. I have 34 in this class, and only 5 people got their homework corrected. You see that? Very first time it's happening here. I've been online for the last 1.5 years. Now you have last week's homework and this week's work as well. Okay, right. I'm not going to talk like that because you're not in grade 3, right? Now, general students, you wrote the essay in class last week. Now, even the general students, some people didn't send me the class work even last week. So I'm quite disappointed there, right? Right. Now, academy students are going to write now. Academy students, time is 5:10. Huh? Please write it now. Right? Take a picture, email me. You know my email number. 40 minutes. Actually, I'll give you 35 because I'll give you 40. Okay. 40. What's the time? They will come back to the class at 5:50. Academy students, 5:50. Okay. They're coming, and so I say classwork 5:50. I'll describe your task 1. That will be homework. Okay. So all the academic students say okay and write it down. Okay. Right. Okay. Start writing, academic students. Okay. I'll see you at 5:50. Okay. Now general students. Where are the general students? Send me a G. I want to know whether you're in class. General students, send me a G, please. Academy students, I'll talk to you at 5:50. Where are general students? Send me a G. I want to know how many are there. Okay. Right. All right. Only Stefan, Chamaran, and Gayatri. Where are the general students? Where is your G? Okay. Now general students, what did you have for homework? A letter. Gayatri, did you send me the letter? Chamara, did you send me the homework letter? Dinusha, did you send me the letter? Please tell me. If you have sent me, I'm going to show you a model answer. If not, I can't do that. You can't just... did you write the letter? This is okay. I'll show you your homework. I can't show you model answers, students, if you don't do the homework. I'm very sorry about it. You see that? You cannot be a good writer by looking at model answers. You write, I'll correct, give a mark, and then, okay? That's my policy here. So the question was this. This is the question. I'll show you. Do you see the question? Do you remember this question homework? I told you take a screenshot. Did you take it? Now I was supposed to show you a model answer because then you have your own mark and you see a 9 answer. Very sorry, I can't show you if you have not done. Dinusha Silva. Did you send me the homework? Gayatri? No. Shamara? Nirosh? Did you send me the homework? And can I have answers, please? It's all right. Just tell me. Please tell me the truth. Then I can move on without showing you any model answers. Ushani, okay. Please send it. If you send me the answer, I will send you back a model answer I was going to show in class, but I will not do that. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we will write a letter in class. Thank you, Chamara. Right. You actually didn't have to take a printout of the topic, Nirosha. You had to only take a picture of the question which I showed in my screen. That has not been done. Okay. Right. Now, students, I gave you something like this and I told you to bring it every day. General students, can you look at this? And I gave you this document. Do you remember this document? This was given on the third day. Do you have it? I told you to read up to page 9. Okay. Did you read up to page 9? Okay. Now we are going to write a letter in class because you are not doing your homework. That's one of the main reasons. And another reason is I don't trust your homework. Okay. This is the paper. Take it out, please. Send it, Buddhi. Right. Now let us look at a question. We're doing a letter now in class since homework is now happening. This is the paper, right? Turn to page. I told you to read up to page 9. Now 10 and 11. Shall we come to 10 and 11, please? And that's this, right? This page. Okay, turn to 11, please. Right. Now I'm taking my pen. This is your question. How many minutes have I given you out of the 20 minutes? Now the time plan was out of the 20. 5 minutes to plan, 12 to write, and 3 to check. Okay. Right, let's plan now. You're a student at an English language school in London and are living in private accommodation with other flatmates. You have not had hot water or heating for some time. The landlord's workmen have tried to fix the problem but without success. Write a letter to the landlord. In your letter, state your reason for writing. Describe the problems and explain how you feel. Propose a solution and ask the landlord to take action. Okay, take action. This is how you get. Now first we'll decide the style. What is the style, student? What is the style? What is the style? Style? You are living there. You don't have to say, dear sir, we'll have a semi-formal style. Dear Mr. Brown. Okay. So in the first paragraph, you have to say, dear Mr. Brown, I'm so and so, or I'm your tenant. I live in your number 10 property and I'm writing to complain about who and purpose. The fact that we do not have hot water, we have not been having hot water for the last 10 days or heating for 10 days. Who and why? Then in the body, you explain the situation. You describe, as you know, we have paid our rent on time and this is what you told us, this is what you gave us. And also you could include some feelings and they should be neutral. We are extremely unhappy about this situation. Then last paragraph is always action. Now in a letter of complaint, please do not thank. It's asking people to do something in anticipation. We are prepared to continue to rent your house, or we would ask you to fix the problem immediately or by tomorrow 12 p.m. Right? And we also request a 10% discount or 50% discount for the period we have been without heating or hot water. And we look forward to hearing from you by this day. You see that should be the ending, action and anticipation. Okay? Okay, students? Very silent. Okay? Who, why? Explain the why and action. Action is that. Now, students, I'm quite upset about not receiving any homework. So therefore, I do not want to show you model answers. I'm going to show you a model answer, but you have to do a job for me. Yeah? The job is this. Can you see this? Huh? Can you take words from here and fill? By doing that, then you have a job also. This is going to become a 9 answer, right? Then you see a model answer also with a job for you. Can you please fill the blanks quickly? Then I will tell you. Okay, right. 5 minutes because you're going to write a letter in class now. Okay, come on. Okay. I'm one of your tenants. If you don't know this word, you can say I have put the name. I'm one of your tenants at your property in Brick Lane, and I'm writing to complain about the fact that we do not have any hot water heating in a house. Did you see how nice it is? Because it's a semi-formal and we can't write unnecessary information. Who and why? Then these two paragraphs explain the why. As you know, we have been living in this house since June, and we have paid our rent on time. However, we have now been without heating or hot water for 2 weeks. This is making our lives very uncomfortable, especially as now the middle of winter. 10 days ago, you said you sent a workman to our house within 2 days, but no one came. After calling many times, the workman eventually arrived at the house 5 days later. Unfortunately, he said he could not fix the problem because the water heater was too old. We are now extremely unhappy about the situation. We are prepared to continue to rent your house, but we would ask you to fix the problem immediately. We also request a 50% discount on our rent for the period we have been without any hot water or heating. Now, I do not like this word soon. Why? Well, they have given it. They have given it, but I don't like it, right? A lot of people write this word. Well, I think it's very bureaucratic. For you, it's tomorrow, but someone it will be next week. We look forward to hearing from you. I don't think you should write immediately. If you want to write immediately, okay. Or if we look forward to hearing from you by tomorrow, 12 p.m. Right? Then small mistake here. What is the mistake? Dear Mr. Smith, no? Yours sincerely. Okay, yours sincerely. Then we have to put a signature and then you write Svetlana. If it's dear sir, yours faithfully. So yours sincerely is important, the signature is important and answer. Okay, now I think this is a 9 answer. Okay. Okay, students. Are you okay? Did you understand? Okay. Now, please take down what is writing 9. Writing marking scheme. Then I'll give you a question. Right? 9 marks for writing. I didn't give it to you. I'll give again to academic people. Okay. This is your answer sheet. In the answer sheet, the marking scheme is there. Okay. I'll show you the answer sheet again. So if you have an under-length answer, they are definitely going to penalize you. And this is the marking scheme. Let me share the screen. This is your writing paper. At the end of the paper, you get the mark scheme. So you might wonder what is 9 now. You know what is 9 because I have given all the mark schemes, but not the writing part. Do you see, students? This is your mark scheme. See, 2 examiners mark your work. These letters are the mark scheme. See, under-length penalty. You see that you can't write 249. So this is the mark scheme. Do you see my screen? Let me tell you what they are. Okay, right. Take them down, please. 1, TA. TA means task achievement, the content. What do you mean by content, student? Have you got points? Are they good points? Are they relevant points? Have you put proper examples? The second one was CC, question and coherence. That means your organization. Now essay. What is the structure of essay? Structure first. Short introduction, short conclusion, body paragraphs, main ideas, supporting details, structure for organization. Then the flow. When your examiner reads your work, can he easily follow it? Is there a logical flow? Right? You have to use proper connecting words. I have taught you them, right? Okay. Pronouns. Then thirdly, LR or lexical resource, your vocabulary, your word choice. You can't just use simple words to get a good score. You have to write in impersonal tone, not a personal language. If they're spelling, they'll cut marks. Finally, CRA, which is your grammar, the accuracy part, your tenses and prepositions and everything. So that is why this letter will now become a 9 with all this. Nah? Don't you think so? With all the corrections, it can become a 9 now. Super grammar, very good flow. Small mistakes are corrected. This can become a 9 now. There are people who get 9 like that. Okay. Shall we write a letter now, students? Are you ready to write one? Okay. Are you ready? Very silent. Are you ready to write one in class? Because I don't trust your homework. Okay. You already have a letter for homework because you didn't do last week's homework. Let us do one in class now. You write the essay for homework. Huh? New technology essays for homework. Okay, right. Now, your test is here. So turn to this page, next page. Did you see the question? What is this page now? Page 13. Page 13. Shall we do this question now? Students, are you ready? Turn to page 13. If you don't have, you can take a screenshot here. Right? Think about 5 minutes. 12 to write and 3 to check. Time is 5:32. 20 minutes means 5:52. Alright, so 5:52, come to the class and type to me, I have finished my work and I send you the letter, then I'll tell you to leave my class. You have to come back to the class, send the letter and then say I'm done and then I will let you leave the class. 5:52. Okay, start. Okay. Now, academy people, are you in class now? Academy students? Academy students, are you in class? Academy students, put a if you're in class. Yes. Okay. Okay. Right. So you have emailed me. Now let us talk about task 1, which is going to be your homework. Right. Now, academy students, can you please take down? Yeah, come back and put A. Take down the writing marking scheme, please. You have all the marking scheme, but not the writing. Okay. Take it down. Marking scheme. Okay. Take down the writing marking scheme. Can you please stop the typing? Writing marking. Okay. 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 Good. Marking scheme. Right. Okay. Right. This is the mark scheme. This is the writing paper you got. Na? Okay. The paper has a mark scheme. Right. Okay. This is your writing paper. Right. This is your writing paper. Then I'll show the mark scheme. Okay. Right. This is the mark scheme. 2 examiners mark your work. Do you see the 2 examiners here? The mark scheme. Right. Okay. Okay. It's underline penalty. Okay, this is the mark scheme. I'll write it down, please, in a piece of paper. I'll explain it now. Okay, first one is TA. TA means the task achievement, the content. Have you got the 250? Take it down. Have you got points? Are they good points? Are they relevant points? And have you put examples? Okay, right. But that is about the content. Sorry, TA. Points, good points, relevant points, examples. Right? I'm sorry, I typed 2, 3, 4, 5. They're wrong. Huh? TA includes all these things. Points, good points, relevant points, examples. Then second one was CC. That is your organization. Right? That is structure. Now you know I say structure, task 1 structure. Structure. Then the flow of the writings of organization. When an examiner reads your work, can he easily follow it? Is there a logical flow? To get the flow of the writing, you have to use proper connecting words, right? Then third one is lexical resource or your vocabulary, your word choice, right? You have to write in an impersonal tone. You can't just use colloquial words, everyday English, right? So that is, and if there's spelling mistake also, they'll cut marks. Huh? Spellings cut marks. And finally, GRA, grammar. Okay. Your tenses and prepositions, sentence structures and everything. Right. Okay. So I'll mark your work. Now let us go to task 1. Right? Homework. Now in your third lesson, I gave you a document like this. So homework comes in one document. I hope you have it. This is a document. Okay. This document. Do you have this document? Take it out. Explanation sheet is this. This was given on the 3rd day. Do you have it? Take it out. And I told you to read up to page 14. Okay. Did you read up to page 14? Did you read? right? Okay, and then there was another sheet which I told you to bring it to class where our questions were there. Okay, where's that sheet? And that is called the question sheet, the graph chart sheet. That is this one. Did you take it out? This one. Okay, right. This sheet. Take it out, please. So last week, your homework was this graph. None of you have sent me except for Pojita. Pojita and Niru. I think 2 people have sent me their homework. Right? So this, if you have not done and you have it, please send me. Right? This. Now, anyway, I can't penalize the other people. So I'm going to show you a good answer for this. Okay? So same mark scheme. Good answer for that. Okay? You can take a screenshot. A very good answer for homework graph. Please take a screenshot. Can you see? Okay. So you will get your mark when you do. Okay, students, right. Now, today we are going to talk about charts. Okay. Please open the other document, that is this document, and please turn to the page 15, please. This document where we explain everything, right? Graphs end in page 14. Now turn to page 15, please. Page 15. I hope you read up to the end of page 14. Right now we'll go to charts. So this will be your homework. Can you see that? Right? This is your explanation here. Right? It is often claimed that women have achieved greater freedom and have access to the same opportunities as men. They are hinting something. Don't get caught. The pie charts below show some employment patterns in Great Britain. Do you remember the method we learned for graphs? We had to write an introduction, we had to find out an overview, and then we had to take examples in the body, 1 or 2 paragraphs, compare and explain. Not all data. Conclusion was not a must, it was optional. All right. Now, you might ask me, Miss, what is the method? How do we do this, right? Same method, but the problem is you have to, students, you have to think about some mathematics. So you know what I do. I turn, now look at this now, 6 jobs are given, right? All statistics, the job is easy, but I don't know whether it will happen in your head. So what I do is, I turn everything into charts. If it's a pie chart, I turn it into a table. Look, right? Now, for example, you can put the females chart. Page 15. Did you turn to page 15, Pojita? Right? So I will turn it into a table. Right? Okay. Now, here is a table which I turned into. You put the females on one side, the males on one side, and all the statistics. right? So if you do a little bit of maths, turning charts into tables, whether it's a bar chart or a pie chart, you can see connections. I saw connections. What I saw was one trend was many females were doing non-manual job and males were doing manual jobs. So in the body, you take some statistics and show that. You understand that, right? And in the conclusion, you don't have to write the conclusion. If you have to write, don't write the same thing as the overview, but write a different one. Rephrase it. So turning charts into tables is very nice. It's easier. So let me show you a 9 answer for this. Look at this answer, student. This is a 9 answer. It has 192 words. I don't like this. This is the introduction. This is the overview. I want this in a separate paragraph. Introduction first paragraph, overview second paragraph. One body paragraph for one trend, significant trend, and another significant trend. This conclusion, of course, optional, but he has written, you don't have to write this. Okay. They have given a 9 for this. So that they have taken only the most important examples to compare. Right? Okay. Can you read it? You must be downloading that into your computer also. It must be there. Okay, shall I give you homework? You better do a chart for homework, huh? Okay. So no essay for you, chart, huh? Okay. Right, homework. Take your question sheet out. This is the question sheet. There are several questions, students. You can write anything and get it corrected, huh? This is a question sheet. Okay. Now homework. I want you to do anything you like, but I want you to do this one. Can you write homework here? This one, this chart. Okay. Turn it into a table and then compare the most significant things. Don't compare all and find out an overview. Okay. Can you do it for homework? Okay. Okay, students. Then, okay. So you all have only this chart and do all the other homework, students, right? Do all the homework, right? Okay. You wrote the essay now. If you didn't write it, you send it to me, right? Then thank you very much, students. I'll see you next week for our 5th lesson. We have 2 more lessons, right? I'll send you a grammar book also. Thank you then. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. General students, if you have sent your letter, you can leave the class. Huh? General students, thank you very much for sending the letter. Bye. Bye.